Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. I slept for 10 hours last night. I can't remember the last time I slept for 10 hours. Now, granted, I did wake up like one or two times in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and then woke up again at 6, but immediately fell back asleep and I planned ahead. I was like, I purposefully I was hoping I would sleep in, but I was not expecting to sleep 10 hours because I feel like I've had so much social interaction the last week and a half, and I'm not usually very social, and it really drains me. And then on top of like house sitting, being somewhere else outside of my normal bed, I would say. Come on. Um so anyway, I was like, okay, Sunday morning, I'm just gonna sleep in. So I turned off my alarm. Not that I really need an alarm, I always wake up just before my alarm. But just in case, I was like, I don't want my alarm to bother me. I had taken CBD oil last night, like I usually do. And then I set out like my light blocking eye mask for the morning. So at 6 when I woke up, I put the eye mask back on, or I put it on, and then laid back down and fell right to sleep and then didn't wake up again until 9:30. I cannot remember the last time I slept in. Anyway, so I feel like my day is just getting started, but it's already lunchtime and I'm about to eat. And I don't have anything. I'm not doing anything today except editing the vlog that you will have which will have already been up, but it will have been up late because I just couldn't push myself to do it in the last few days because I have been so like just drained. Like social interaction really drains me, and I forgot. Like I just forgot at how draining it is. So it's worth it, but it's draining. And then tomorrow is my neurology appointment, so hopefully we have some answers tomorrow. Okay, bye. I have some regrets for sleeping 10 hours because I cannot sleep tonight. And that's really annoying. So I can't sleep. I am still awake. Not at all, really. I mean, I'm tired, but I'm not like tired enough to be in bed. And I have my neurology appointment in the morning, and I just want it to be the morning already. But I can't sleep because I slept 10 hours last night. Happy Neurologist Day. I slept like crap last night. I slept so bad, and I had stress dreams about this appointment. I dreamt that I slept through it, and then I was like in this state of being where I was like trying to convince myself that it was just a dream, that I didn't actually sleep through it, that I was still dreaming, but I couldn't wake myself up, and it's really stressful. Oh, so my anxiety has just been really bad this morning. So I am here 15 minutes early, like before my even like 15 appointment check-in time, you know. So I'm just gonna sit in my car. Before this parking lot is like really full, so that makes me nervous. There's like a lot of people in there. I mean, it's a big building. There's more than just the one place that I'm going to, so. But I also forgot the paper that like tells me what the suite number is, what my doctor's name is. Oh my goodness. But it's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be no big deal. And in just within the hour, I will have hopefully more information about my MRI results, because that's what all this anxiety has been about. So let's go. Here we go. I think this is interesting. I've never done a daytime sleepiness test. It's interesting. I scored really low, so that's good. I just saw the doctor. I'll tell you about it later. I'll tell you about it later. So I am back from my neurologist, and I just first and foremost want to say that I am grateful that I have access to a neurologist. Obviously, I am very grateful for that. I am grateful for that. On the other hand, I did not like this man at all, like at all. He would ask me a question, and as I was answering, he would then cut me off and ask me a different question. And it was just so like this. And I know that part of that is not his fault. I know that because of how messed up the healthcare in this country is and how it's for profit, that things are the way that they are, and not to help patients, but to help put money in other people's pockets. I get that, and it's not okay, and we shouldn't have to deal with it. It makes me so freaking mad. And, you know, it's possible that this is a nice guy, and he's probably a great doctor, but I did not like him at all because he just didn't give me the time of day to, first of all, answer his questions that I feel like are important. Like, my answers, my lived experience is important to better understand my health. And then when he was like trying to explain things to me and I had questions, he just like, it was just like night and day from the pain doctor, who was like so nice, so understanding, and so willing to like repeat things and explain things in a different way so that I really understood it. And I just didn't get that from this dude. And so I'm just annoyed, okay? I'm just straight up annoyed. And like, if it was my understanding that I was going to go in there and he was going to give me my MRI results, like explain my MRI results, and he didn't do that. Well, without me asking. Like, he came in and started asking me these questions right away, cutting me off, not letting me finish, and then like going off about, you know, what he thinks the issue is or whatever. And then he's like, well, do you have any questions? I was like, yeah. Like, does this all relate to my MRI results? Because you haven't mentioned that. Like, that's what I'm here for, you know? And so then he tried to explain the MRI results. Like, he brought up, hi, Dougie. Hi, Dougie. Am I making you anxious because I'm talking animatedly to a camera? I'm not going to let you out until I'm done. So, okay. I don't remember what I've said in vlogs as far as like what my MRI results are, but I'm going to tell you now because it doesn't matter. Because it's good. I mean, it's good news. Today I got good news, and I just have to be thankful that I got good news, even if I got it from a doctor I didn't like. Okay, so 3 different things showed up on my MRI. The first one is a cyst on my pineal gland, which apparently is pretty common. I looked it up. Like 1 to 5% of people have a cyst on the pineal gland. And the doctor today said that this was interesting because he said, chances are you've had this since birth. And I wanted to be like, if I've had it since birth, why didn't it show up on the MRI that I had 10 years ago? But okay, like whatever, it's not a big deal. The pineal gland cyst is whatever. We'll probably do another MRI in a year just to make sure it hasn't grown. Because obviously if it starts to grow, then it can cause problems, but right now it's really small. It's no big deal. Nothing to worry about. The other thing was something called small vessel disease. And if you Google small vessel disease, what comes up is about like elderly patients, like 80 to 90 years old, who are like pre-dementia, pre-Parkinson. Like it doesn't look good when you Google it. And I even Googled like small vessel disease, young people, and like an autoimmune disease came up. And I was like, well, that makes more sense than the other thing. But according to this doctor, it doesn't mean anything. Like, it literally doesn't mean anything. That's what he said. So, like, whatever, he's the doctor. The other thing that showed up on my MRI was migraneous angiopathy, um, which I think is what he was talking about. So anyway, what the doctor today said was that what I'm experiencing, the symptoms I'm experiencing, is migraine. It's all migraine related, and the migraine causes inflammation in the brain, which is what I'm experiencing, which is what shows up in the MRI, is the inflammation, and it like affects the nerves in your brain or something. I don't know, and that will cause problems. Some people it shows up in dizziness, like me. Some people it shows up in really painful headaches. Sometimes it shows up in vision disturbances, like blurred vision and stuff like that. Other times it affects the ears. And so I guess like what's going on is just all migraine, even though I really only experience one migraine a month, and it's just before my period. But I guess the dizziness in and of itself is a type of migraine. I don't know. And he was not very willing to explain things to me, and that's what's so freaking frustrating, is that he was not willing to have a conversation with me. It was just so, oh, I just can't stand it. It drives me nuts. So anyway, he's ordered 2 different tests for me to do. I'm pretty sure I've already done these like 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure they're ones that I've already done just to rule out, just to make sure there's nothing else going on. But I have a feeling there's nothing else going on. It's just, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. Okay, in case you can't tell. So I've got a VNG coming up, which is a video nystagmography. I don't know how to say it. Which is a test of your balance system. May include detailed hearing and balance test. This test is a recording of the nystagmus, or eye jerks, by a camera. A camera is attached to a pair of goggles, records the eye jerks during the test. The balance mechanism is monitored during tasks that consist of looking back and forth between I'm gonna hate this. I hate this sort of thing so freaking much because it like triggers something in me. I don't know if it triggers like an anxiety thing or a sensory thing or something, but this type of thing is always upsetting to me. The final portion oh, this is the worst. This is the worst. I have done this. Okay, so the final portion requires cool and warm air in the air canal for 60 seconds. Some individuals become dizzy for 2 to 5 minutes, but most are able to drive home afterwards. This is the worst. I have had this before, and it was like back before my Lyme diagnosis, when I was like trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And this is also part of why I'm so frustrated, is because I'm like, I've already been through this. Like, why do I have to go through this again? Like, I've been managing my dizziness. Obviously, if I can not have it dizziness, I would, but I've been through this and nothing showed up in these tests, so it's just pointless. But anyway, who knows? Maybe things have changed in 11 years. It did make me dizzy, like where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna throw up, and then it like fades and it's fine, but in that one moment, it's just like the worst. And then the other thing is a EEG, electroencephalogram, which I don't know what this is, and it doesn't tell me what this is. But I think they put stuff on your head. I think that's what it is. They like put sticky things all over your brain and read something there. I'm assuming that's what it is. So these are coming up next week. And I forgot to ask him about the stupid vaccine. But, you know, if he's just like, it's just migraine, then I feel like it's fine. There's nothing else. I feel like I can go get it and it'll be fine. I will wait until I get these 2 tests done. I'm just so annoyed. I really wish it would have gone better. I really wish I would have liked him better. I really wish he would have made me feel like I actually mattered, because that's the thing, is like, you just don't feel like you matter to this dude. And that's not true of all doctors, because the pain doctor that I saw a couple weeks ago, I felt seen and heard, but the guy today, nah. So I don't know. I'm contemplating, I guess, I'm sorry, this is all over the place. I'm kind of just verbally processing at this point. But he said that to help with the migraine, to help with the inflammation in the brain, to help with like the nerves that are being affected, he's going to prescribe me a medication. I don't know what it's called. And he said that most people just experience sleepiness, so you should take it before bed. It's not something I'll have to be on long term. It's just I have to be on it until like symptoms get better, symptoms go away. And then I can like slowly go off of it, which is good. I'm grateful that it's medicine that I don't have to be on long term. And hopefully it works. Hopefully I don't have any other bad symptoms. Other possible symptoms are like dry mouth, or what was the other one he said? Oh, like blurred vision, like up close, like trying to read something up close. I don't know, guys. I'm frustrated because it brings up a lot of past medical stuff. And just being seen by a doctor who just treats you like a number, you know, like not an actual person, not a patient. And I'm frustrated that I feel like I've gone backwards. I feel like I've just gone back to pre-Lyme, which is so not accurate. It's not accurate at all because I am so much healthier now. I feel so much better now. And I'm annoyed that this is being brought back up because of the only reason it's being brought back up is because my lower back was injured, and in order to get the MRI for the lower back, they also had to do an MRI of my brain because I didn't do well on the balance test, okay? So that's the result of my brain MRI. It's just migraine. It's just migraine, even though I don't experience the typical migraine. What I experience is dizziness. You want to go out, don't you? Yeah, he wants to go out. You want to go outside? You want to go out? If I'm in here talking to a camera, he wants nothing to do with it. Huh. Good boy. Should I let you out? You want to go outside? One thing I will say is that he did say that my anxiety could be a symptom of the brain inflammation, like what's happening in my brain. And if that's the case, that's cool, because then this medicine should also help with my anxiety. So this medicine he's going to prescribe should help with the dizziness and the anxiety and any headaches that I have, and should also help me sleep, ? So this could be great. Even though I don't like the guy, even though I didn't like how even though I felt like I wasn't treated right. And he wasn't mean or anything. He was just like, you know, I'm sure lots of you have been in lots of doctor's appointments where the doctor just doesn't let you speak at all, even though they're asking questions. Anyway, I'm gonna keep complaining about this, even though it's really no big deal. Okay, so to recap, whatever's going on in my brain is just migraine stuff. He's gonna prescribe a medicine for me to take at night. I'm gonna start low, go up, be on it for a little while, and then I can go off of it if it works. Obviously, let's hope it works. Gonna do 2 tests just to rule out, make sure there's literally nothing else going on. And then that's it, I think. I don't know. So I'm holding off on canceling the second neurologist appointment that's in June, the end of June. I'm holding off on canceling that because if I start this medication and I don't like it or whatever, I'm just gonna stop with this dude. I'm just gonna stop. and see, and we'll see what these tests, what come of these tests. So I'm not quite ready to cancel that other appointment. I would have if I had loved this guy, if I'd felt comfortable with this guy, but the truth is I just don't feel comfortable with him, and that is really frustrating. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. No, I'm just kidding. Though this is a long video because I've just rambled on about this, so. And it's only Monday. Well, I'm back at my favorite cafe having lunch and editing a video. I had to do something to make myself feel better because the appointment and talking to the doctor really bummed me out. And it's also beautiful outside. I was like, I have to just go see my people here, go eat my brie toast, get a tea. Though to be honest, I did not like the tea that I got today. I was trying to do a caffeine-free thing, and I told the girl, I was like, you recommended something really good last time, so I trust your judgment. So which of the caffeine-free teas would you recommend? And she recommended this one. This one right here. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I feel bad because I told her I trusted her judgment, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. It's fine. Look at how gorgeous this plate is, though. I'm obsessed. I love this place so freaking much, and I'm so excited to eat. When I was a kid, we didn't really have like fun beverages at home. And if we did, it was just like a 2-liter of Coke or something, and you'd have to like get ice and pour it in a glass. And it was usually flat or something. Like, that's my memory of it. And I think my memory of it is because my memory is like that of it is because my best friend who lived across the street, her family had like a full-size fridge in their garage that was just stocked, always stocked with every soda and like other drinks and alcohol, but I didn't care about the alcohol. And every day we'd go over there. I would always go over to her house after school because my mom worked. Well, both my parents worked, and her parents were always home because they owned their own business. Anyway, every day after school, when we got home from school, we always had to drink a glass of water. But then we were allowed to go into the garage and pick out a soda of our choosing and drink it while we did our homework. And it was like so cool. That was like the coolest thing ever. And so now, as an adult, it feels so good to have a fridge that's just fully stocked with beverages. And for me, that means sparkling water, because I'm trying not to drink soda. Now, I used to be a LaCroix purist, like I would only drink LaCroix. But the thing is, there's only 2 flavors of LaCroix that I actually like, which is the grapefruit and the lime. All the other flavors have like a weird chemical taste. But then I was at my friend Haley's house a couple of weeks ago, and she had this brand bubbly, and it was good. So ever since then, I have been trying out different flavors. This one that I already have in here is blackberry. Blackberry is good. Oh, I haven't tried that one yet. I think I have a raspberry. The one that I first tried was a, what is it called? Like white peach ginger or something. It's very good. But I've branched out and I'm trying new ones. Today I got 3 new ones that I haven't tried. I got the lime, the mango, and the cherry. So we'll see how they go. But it's all very exciting. It makes my inner child just so happy. Oh yeah, and then a blueberry pomegranate, which is really good. That's a good one too. So let me show you what I got going on. I've
got so many. That's the tea from Dunkin' from like weeks ago. I need to just take that out. I did drink some of it like the next day, but then forgot about it, and it's just been in here ever since. And then back there, I've got Gatorade, but I only drink Gatorade when I'm like really sick with like a specific kind of sick, you know? Does anyone else have that? Like, if I'm really sick and like really low on electrolytes and stuff, then Gatorade is like nectar of the gods. But if I try and drink it like when I'm not sick, I cannot stomach it. It's like so salty to me. It's so weird. Anyway, and then I always have little Sprites or ginger ales or 7-Ups, just the little mini cans, because every once in a while I'll wake up in the middle of the night with like an upset stomach, and this is like the perfect thing. It always works. It always works. Okay, so we've got the mango, the cherry. This is one that I've already had in here, and the lime is new. So I'm excited to try those, but I have to let them get cold. And then, ice cream toppings that you just need to have on hand, right? This makes me feel good.
It's not quite the same as having like a full-size fridge in my garage of like a whole variety, but this is good. This makes me feel good. Makes my inner child happy. I'm having a really bad day, so I'm starting over. I'm gonna take a shower and pretend like it's a brand new day. I just went and picked up my new prescription for my migraine diagnosis that I got yesterday from the neurologist. I'm not going to tell you specifically what the medicine is because there are weirdos on the internet that think that they know more about my health than I do, and my doctors. People are just weird. So if this works, then I'll tell you. But for now, I'm going to keep it to myself. But I will let you know how it goes. I am going to take it tonight before I go to bed. Hopefully I don't experience any side effects. I do think it's funny that on the top thing of like these warning labels, the top one is may make you drowsy or dizzy, and dizziness is my reason of taking it. Don't drink alcohol with this drug. Use care when operating a vehicle or other machines. You should avoid prolonged or excessive exposure to direct and or artificial sunlight while taking this medicine. I'm glad that I don't dog sit again until the end of June, because that's where I would have a pool, because otherwise that would be really frustrating, because it's impossible for me to stay out of the pool. If there's a pool, if I have access to a pool, it's impossible to keep me out of it, because I am such a Pisces. I have to be in the water. If you're pregnant or plan to, absolutely not, so I'm not even worried about that. Check with your doctor or pharmacist to make sure it is safe for you to take this drug with all of your other drugs. My neurologist said it was, so I'm going to trust him. Let's all just put out good energy that this is working. I mean, by the time you see this, I will have already been taking it for a few days, so we're putting the good energy into it, that it's going to do what it needs to do and not do anything else. I always have to say this. I am so grateful that this prescription I am getting with insurance, and I didn't have to pay for this. Like, this is free for me because of the insurance that I have, and I am so grateful for that. With that being said, I find it so frustrating that these supplements that genuinely do something good for me, that keep me healthy, I mean, I said that twice, it's so important, was over $100 for both of these, like well over $100. And it's just frustrating. Are there any insurances out there that cover the cost of supplements? I don't know. But I feel like if they work, if they actually do something, we should be more willing to prescribe them, right? I don't know. These help regulate my hormones so that I don't have horrible periods, and also they helped clear up my skin. I can guarantee that this one, the HPA Adapt, or maybe even the Estro Clear, I don't know. But I noticed the biggest difference with my skin once I started taking these, alongside the fact that my periods were much better. And that's saying a lot because my periods are still not great, but they are much better than they once were. So anyway, this is where I'm at. From yesterday, I was really upset, and anytime I think about the specific doctor yesterday, the interaction I had with the doctor, it upsets me. I am having jaw pain today, and I know that it's specifically because I was so angry yesterday. But I am grateful that I saw him. I'm grateful that I got answers. I'm grateful that it's just migraine related and that we have something to try. I feel a little bit apprehensive about taking a new medication, but I always feel that way with any new medication because I don't ever know how it's gonna go. Though I think about, and I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but gosh, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but the doctor yesterday said that the anxiety that I experience could be part of the migraine that I experience. I don't totally understand it, and he was not willing to really explain things more than once to me. So, anyway, but if that's true, that my anxiety could be a part of like this whole migraine thing, and this actually works, like it could help not only my dizziness, but also my anxiety. So I don't want to get my hopes up, but I also want to be positive. Oh, so let's just put good energy into it. And that's it for today's video. I hope you're all doing well, and thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I know that I was very anxious about the brain MRI scan, the brain MRI results, with good reason. I mean, my PCP just straight up told me that there were things wrong and that she couldn't explain it. And then when I Googled it, it looked really bad. And I don't regret. I know that people will say, well, it's your fault for Googling. And I'm like, whatever. So I know that I was really anxious, and it turned out to be just migraine. I mean, I think that it's migraine. I think is one of the worst things that you can deal with when it's like the really painful headaches. Thankfully, I very rarely experience that. And the people that do, I have a friend who just posted on Facebook or on Instagram the other day that she was on day 8 of a migraine. I can't even imagine. So when I say just migraine, I mean like what I experience. Like I want to be clear about what I'm saying. So for me, my lived experience is that I do experience dizziness and lightheadedness and headaches, mild headaches, but annoying headaches. Well, I experience the dizziness and the lightheadedness every single day, and sometimes it's worse, and sometimes it really affects my life, but day to day it's pretty manageable, and I had grown to accept it. The headaches occur, and again, they're annoying and they're painful, happen a couple of times a week. Same thing. I just managed them and just accepted that they were a part of my life. And then the once a month, like really bad, like what I would think is considered a migraine. Thankfully, I only have that once a month, just before my period. And again, I learned to manage that. So for me, I was just going on living my life. And if it wasn't for the fact that I injured my back and then my doctor wanted to check out my dizziness and ordered the MRI, I wouldn't have, what am I trying to say, like further checked out the symptoms. So all in all, I'm grateful that things worked out the way they were. And despite the fact that the doctor yesterday was less than ideal, I am grateful that I now have something that could possibly help me with the symptoms that I do have. How just incredible would it be if this helps? Like, how cool would it be if this takes away not only my dizziness, but also my anxiety? I can't even imagine, because I've just had it for so long. It's just a part of my everyday life. But how cool would it be if if it works and I don't have to experience those symptoms anymore? I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but we'll see. Okay, now I'm really gonna go. Thanks for watching. I hope you're well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.